Oh, hi. Welcome back to the Sunday Serving channel, where you come every week for words of hope and truth and inspiration from the gospel. Yeah, well, getting some sawing work done here. What's the message for today from the gospel? I think we finished off with the 6th chapter of Matthew, Sermon on the Mount, last week. This week, we come to a very important word starting the 7th chapter of Matthew. Let's find it here. Here we go, Matthew chapter 7, about judging others. Jesus starts out, "Do not judge, or you too will be judged. For in the same way you judge others, you will be judged, and with the measure you use, it will be measured to you." So that's an important word. We shouldn't look down on others. We shouldn't judge them. We shouldn't think we know what's in their hearts. We shouldn't think evil of others. It's not like we shouldn't be discerning. We shouldn't stand up for the truth. But the point here, isn't it, that in the same measure you judge, you will be judged. So if we talk negatively, if we discount others, if we criticize them, that same measure will be used against us. And then I like this next part. It actually ties right into doing a little carpentry here. And Jesus was a carpenter. He says, "Why do you look for the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye?" That's interesting. You know, probably a lot of you have experienced this. You do a little work, a little dust gets in your eye. It's very uncomfortable. You can't see, you tear up. You can't see what you're doing. If you're working with wood, a little bit of sawdust in your eye or a metal splinter can do a lot of damage. And we should help. I don't think Jesus' point is that we shouldn't help others when we see something wrong, like a speck of dust in their eye. But he says, don't try to fix someone else up without making sure you yourself are taken care of. So if we have a fault of our own, it might even be bigger than what's irritating us about someone else. So don't try to help someone else with a fault that you see in them. More than likely, that same fault is in your own life, and it might even be worse, bigger. It'll be a plank instead of a dust. So let's first work on our own shortcomings, our pride, our arrogance, our lack of love, and our selfishness. And if we do that, then the point is, then we can help others. So Jesus' point isn't that we shouldn't help others, we shouldn't point out faults, but let's do it humbly. Let's take care of our own shortcomings, let's acknowledge them, and then help point it out in others. So going on here, Jesus says, "You hypocrite, first take the plank out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye." So that's important. Then the last part of this passage it's interesting. Let's read it and think about it. Jesus went on right from that part about judging and planks and sawdust and all that. He says, "Do not give dogs what is sacred. Do not throw your pearls to pigs or to swine. If you do, they may trample them under their feet and turn and tear you to pieces." So that's an interesting word, and it can easily be misunderstood, I think. Do not throw pearls before swine or dogs. Jesus isn't saying that we should judge others, judge classes of people as pigs or squirrels and think that we have something special, truth from the gospel, and not share it. No, absolutely not. Jesus was all about loving everybody, spreading the good news to everybody. It didn't matter who it was, that rich or poor, a sinner, saint, didn't matter. Everybody needs love. Everybody needs the word of God. So that's not the point. But again, it's using pictures. Anyone that's taking care of animals, pigs don't need pearls, right? They need something to eat. Same with dogs. So you have to have the sensitivity to give what's needed. I think of it this way, like often when you're dealing with kids or teenagers, right? You can think you're giving them the right message, something special, something maybe religious, but they're not ready for it. They don't understand it. And they won't understand it. And often there'll be a counterattack of like, rebellion. So let's not throw, theology or religion at people when they're not ready for it. Let's rather just show love and understanding, not judging others. So I think it goes well with that part about not judging. It's not about deciding who's worthy for something. It's about having the right message, and you can always start with love of the gospel, the hope of the gospel. Everybody is ready for that, and that will change lives. So today, let's remember that we shouldn't judge others. We should be hard on ourselves first, and we should think, what are people ready to hear? Let's start with the love of the gospel, the truth of the gospel, and people will hear it and accept it, and Jesus' message will spread through the whole world and be proclaimed everywhere. So God bless you. Have a wonderful day.